Is the shifting market in real estate making you nervous or your clients nervous? Are you an agent and wondering, is this an opportunity for me to jump in and be an agent, or should I get the heck out of here and not be an agent? And should I make my clients stand still? Are you worried about where things are heading with the new administration? Some people think it's the best thing and some people are freaking out. You're not alone, really. I mean, I'm seeing crazy headlines in the news, people saying that people are selling their houses. You know, we have so many things going on, natural disasters, and the world is kind of crazy right now. But every market shift, good or bad, financial, political, whatever's going on, creates new opportunities. And you have to know that. The key is learning how to adapt and not panic, and also not freeze. In this video, I'm going to break down for you how to overcome fear and thrive in any market condition, especially if you're a realtor out there, and in business especially. You have to be this certain person. So first, acknowledge that you're freaked out and acknowledge that your clients might be freaked out. It's okay. Market shifts in general, like election years, all that stuff brings uncertainty. And what uncertainty is, it's a core, like you think about, it's a human need of, gosh, I need to be certain with things, right? So it brings hesitation. Sometimes people paralyze and sometimes people charge for it. You got to reframe your mindset, right? You have to kind of look at it this way. And agents and investors and people guiding clients out there, you have to really give them a confidence that you know what you're doing, that you're going to guide them. And you really have to educate yourself and get your strategy higher so that you can be that certain expert when clients are calling you going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Should I sell? Should I not sell? You really need to be that market expert. And over 10 years that I've been doing this business, now going on 11, I've seen a lot of market changes already, and it's definitely ebbs and flows in seasons. And I've sold hundreds of homes and helped clients, investors, and navigated a lot of crazy things. But what I know is true is that homes are a core need. People have to live somewhere. So that's the first thing people look for when they move. So just remember that no matter what, people have to live somewhere, right? That's what you think about when you travel. Where am I going to stay? Where am I going to live? Where am I going to rent when you're going to get a new job? So don't feel that all of a sudden people are going to stop moving and buying houses. It's just not going to happen. And we've seen that over and over again in every single market. So just remember this, in the market changes and every time something happens, there's two types of people. There are people who freeze and paralyze and basically become like this, and they won't do anything. And they're like, no, 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 no. And then there's others who see it as an opportunity. And the difference is your mindset, your strategy, how you're seeing things, and your preparation. So I'm going to show you how to navigate that and keep growing and kind of talk yourself out of this fear and push through it, right? Because the fear is there. You just have to fear less, not just be fearless. Number one, that we know market shifts create fear and uncertainty because people just don't understand. And sometimes when you don't understand something, you just kind of push it away and you're like, I don't want to know about that. I don't know what it is. It's freaking me out. And so sometimes that fear comes from the uncertainty of not knowing what's going on. Also, media hype. Gosh, I don't know how many of you are seeing crazy stuff online. A lot of misinformation out there, generalizations. So you really need to kind of be that person, that grounded person, the centered person for your people, like your clients and the people that you speak to. Be the expert and speak really, really hyper locally for your market and be the expert, because they're going to look to you for that certainty. No one wants to lose, right? No one wants to lose money. And they always feel like, oh God, if I do the wrong thing, I'm going to lose all this money. So a lot of times these are the things that are going on in people's head that are causing them to paralyze and not move. So most people, it's just from not having control. Like we all want to be control freaks. And then we think by not having fear, we're in control of everything. So that's why when there's fear, everyone just stops. They're like, at least I'm in control of not doing something and messing up. But what they're doing is they're probably missing out on some great opportunities of growth. So how to overcome fear and get ahead, or stay ahead, right? You got to get the right data, number one. Step one, get the right data. Meaning avoid the media-driven hysteria, like I just said before. Get the right data that's local, hyper-local to your market, and make sure people are getting it. Send them the emails, send them the postcards, send them the comparative market analysis to show them what's really going on, what's sold, what's pending. Give them the actual data. Get with your local lender and find out the actual data is for loans. What is really going on versus generalizations of the whole nation, because that's not an analysis of what's going on in your market. Not even just by state. I would go all the way down by neighborhoods, okay? Second would be looking at historical trends in that area. And market shifts happen regularly, and there's a seasonality things. Like if it's, there's seasons. So it could just be an ebb and flow, and just being able to guide your clients through that's really important. Just like, certain areas and neighborhoods become really hot hot for some reason, and then all of a sudden things will change because maybe businesses come in or come out or school districts change, and it kind of changes the whole population and what's going on in the area that you're living in. So be that person that educates your people instead of being reactionary, being proactive. That's part of the preparation. One of the big thing is looking at shifting your mindset from panic to preparation. And when I say preparation, that's a really big piece. So looking at step 2 is preparing. Market downturns don't always mean that there's no business. Actually, some people are going to sell. Some people are going to relocate. Some people are going to get new jobs. So their opportunities consistently open up because everyone's needs change with living. People's families grow. People get married, divorce, pass away. All these things happen in life. And I think it's so important that it's different types of business. It may not be what you're traditionally used to doing. And then recessions do create millionaires. They say that, like, the huge thing that happened, the real estate crash that happened that is causing a lot of reactionary things for people back in 2008 and 2009 created some of the biggest millionaires. And that's really important to remember. This is when people should be holding on to things, not sell. There's so many emotions involved that cause people and trigger people to do things out of emotion that's not really clear and information based. They're just doing it out of emotion and being really hyped up on what's going on. So it's really important to think about that and making sure that fear-based decisions are going to lead to regret and feeling like, oh my God, why did I do that? Or, oh my God, I didn't make the right decision. So kind of like taking a step back and asking your client, are you being fear-based or is this really fact-based that we're getting this information on? And I think you can be that grounding person for your client to kind of be that certain, because if you feed into that whole freak out too, they're looking to you to be certain. You can't be freaking out for your client, right? You have to be certain of what's going on. So make sure that you're certain for your clients. 3 is going to be adapting your strategy. If you're used to always like, gosh, back in 2022, it was just like, open the door, show the house, write a contract, open the door, show the house, write a contract, present 20 offers to your seller. Like things are different now. The rates are not 2%, 3%. There's a whole different strategy that we have to face now with looking at buyers and sellers. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to get multiple offers or that buyers aren't going to buy the house that they see. It's just that there's a different strategy. And you want to make sure to educate your clients, make sure that they feel like they're being educated. What is the value? What is going on in the neighborhood? What's going on in recent sales so they feel educated and they feel empowered to buy the house and not feeling pressured into it. For investors, look for undervalued properties. Some people just need to get out. They need to sell their house. There's so many off-market properties. We bought our investment property off-market. You just don't ever know. Don't just broad brush and assume that this is a horrible time to do something because you just don't know what anybody is going through. And there could be that little diamond in the rough out there for you to grab, okay, for investors. And then also for buyers and sellers, just think about like understanding how the shifting situations, like they could buy down points. There's a lot of different opportunities. Some people are using private lenders. Some people are using family. There's all different ways to buy houses. And it's not necessarily just your typical loans that are going out there. So just remember, in a hot market, anybody can sell a home, right? That's what they say. That really doesn't take that much skill. Just kind of like an order taker. In a shifting market, it's really the expert. It's really someone that takes the time to learn and level up and adjust and kind of see things and be proactive about what's happening and staying one step ahead. So think about what type of agent you are in this whole piece. Now is the time, guys, to double down your strategy, your education. Be really looking at what's going on in the markets every single day. And don't just be that person that's going, I don't know, I'll figure it out, like kind of thing. Be that confident person. Know that you're the one, that you're the expert in your hyperlocal market, and you're going to do the best for your client, and they're going to feel that confidence from you because they're trusting you. Make sure you're educating them. Give them all the options. The more options you give them, the better it is for them. So they don't feel like they're being backed into the corner with just one option. But don't be afraid to share your opinion. I think that's really important as an expert to share what your thoughts are, but just say, this is my opinion. But this is why I have this opinion from my expertise. Don't just sell to them and try to push them into something. No one wants to have that feeling. And most of you agents out there are not like that. I really don't believe that. And consistent communication. I'm a huge communicator. I'm a huge person about follow up, clarify, verify, because it builds trust, number one. They know that you're out there, you're being transparent, you're giving them everything that they need, you're feeding them all the information that you have, and you're sharing. And that trust is what's going to really build your business over time versus, just in and out, just trying to get the next deal and the next deal and the next deal. That's the care that you take care of clients, and they're going to recommend you. And that's how you build a referral business, which I've been so privileged to build over the last decade in this business. And step 5 would be keep taking action. Gosh, that momentum. One of my old brokers said to me, action breeds more action, right? Get in the action, get in the momentum. momentum, and it's easy to stack all the positive things that are going on. So just keep doing that, because the more paralyzed you get, the more inaction you take, if you've noticed. If you just take that one step forward, it gets easier and easier and easier. It's like that when you work out. It's like that in anything in life. It's like that today when I'm filming. I was kind of really tired about filming, and I knew I wanted to get these videos done because I was really inspired, and I just got tired, and as I'm doing them, it's giving me energy. It's just that action that kind of propels you forward like in anything else. One of the biggest things too I want to talk to you about is that the biggest mistake you can make in a shifting market is sitting on the sidelines. Just saying time out, because you have to learn, you got to keep adapting, and you got to be in the game. If you're not in the game, you can't win. It's kind of like the lottery. If you don't play, you're not going to win. And it isn't a lottery. It's like you can use your education, you can use your expertise, your strategy to win the game and win for your clients. And I think that's a huge win for you as an agent, and you'll be seen as the expert over and over again. And that is where that word of mouth comes, people. I cannot stress to you again. I just want to hear from you now. What do you think your biggest fear is in guiding your clients? And what are you hearing out there is the biggest fear right now in the real estate market? Is it really a fear, you think? Or is it just like some paranoia, or people hearing noise and they're like just taking that on as their own fear because they're hearing someone else? Also, those of you that don't have fear, I'm just curious, how did you get through that? Or how do you see things? Because I see some of my clients are just doing an incredible business right now, and some are really struggling. And I do think that is that how you see things, what you focus on is what you're going to get. A couple of things you could offer too for your clients would be offering a free market update to your clients when you reach out, staying in touch with them, calling them, emailing them, dropping little notes by them, and then also offering them to follow you on Instagram to get multiple updates on what's happening in the market and getting accurate information versus sensationalized news data. So those are some call to actions. You can do that, but I would love for you to like and subscribe to this video if you like it. I do all things on business, a lot of things on real estate because I am in real estate, but I love anything that has to do with empowering you and growing, especially as a woman in business. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.